Hari Dhamadava Vrindavana Hari Jaya Radha Madhava Vrindavana Hari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradha Hari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradha Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanacham Hari Yamuna Tira Vanacham Hari Jaya Radha Madhava Vrindavana Jaya Radha Madhava Vrindavana Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Radhe Jaya Radha Kundri Hari Radha Kundri Hari Radhe Jaya Radha Giridhari Radha Giridhari Radhe Jaya Radha Madan Mohan Radha Madan Mohan Radhe Jaya Radha Damodara Radha Damodara Radhe Jaya Radha Ramana Radha Ramana Radhe Jaya Radha Gopinata Radha Gopinata Radhe Jaya Radha Govinda Radha Govinda Radhe Jaya Radha Shama Sundara Radha Shama Sundara Radhe Jaya Radhe Shyam Radhe Shyam Radhe Shyam Jaya Radhe Shyam Jaya Krishna Balaram Krishna Balaram Krishna Balaram Jaya Krishna Balaram Jaya Gaura Nitai, Gaura Nitai, Gaura Nitai, Jaya Gaura Nitai. Nitai Gaura Haribol, 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 Nitai Gaura Haribol. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev. Jayam Vishupad Paramahamsa Parivrajagacharya Ashtota Satya Shishmachila Isi Bhaktivedanta Srila Prabhupada ki. Jayam Vishupad Paramahamsa Parivrajagacharya Ashtota Satya Shishmachila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivadhagiri Govardhana ki, Vrindavan Dham ki, Mathura Dham ki, Mayapurnavar Dham ki, Jagannathpuri Dham ki, Vrinda Devi Tulsi Devi ki, Bhakti Devi ki, Ganga Yamuna Devi ki, Harinam Sankirtan Yagya ki, Sri Sri Gaunitai ki, Sri Sri Krishna Vranam ki, Sri Sri Radha Shamasundar ki, Sri Sri Radha Govinda Dev Ju ki, Giriraj Govardhana ki, Vrinda Devi ki, Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari Bol, Samavita Bhakta Vrinda ki, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Sarasatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudирayet. Nashtabraye Shabadesho Nitam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki Ete Chamsa Kalapum Sam Krishnastu Bhagavan Sayam Indriyari Vyakulam Lokam Ridyante Yuge Yuge Nama Sanketanam Yasya Sarvapapa Pranashanam Pranamadukha Samanatam Namami Harim Param. Hare Krishna. So we are very fortunate to be in Sri Vrindavan Dham, where Krishna is performing his wonderful pastimes, which are visible to the pure devotees of the Lord. And Krishna is very mercifully manifesting in his Archavigraha form for those devotees who are aspiring to be devotees devotees who are trying to advance in spiritual life to become perfect in spiritual life. So Krishna, ete chamsa kalapam Krishnastu Bhagavan Sayam. So Krishna, so this verse is from Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, third chapter, explaining that Krishna is the original Supreme Personality of Godhead. And all the other incarnations are expansions of Krishna. Swami Bhagavan, that is only used for Krishna, Yashodananda Krishna, or for Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is no different from Sri Radha and Krishna. Radha Bhav Dyuti Swamitam Nami Krishna Sarupam is Krishna himself, but he has come with a bhav, with the mood and the lust of Srimati Radharani. So today we are having a value class about enthusiasm. So we chant the Mangala Charanda and we speak a few words about enthusiasm. Bande aham Sri Guru Sri Yota Padakamalan Sri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Sirupam Sagra Jatam Sahagana Raghunatan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parjana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakan Vidamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhano Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakalpatrubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyaevacha Paditanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namaha Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Nama Eva Kevalam Kolam Nastyeva Gatiranyata Maduram Madhurebhyopi Mangalebhyopi Mangalam Pavanam Pavanebhyopi Hare Nama Eva Kevalam. So Srila Rupa Goswami has explained in Upadeshamrita. Everyone has read the Upadeshamrita. This is Bhakti Pravesh or Bhakti Sadhachar here, students? Bhakti Shastri students. So you have all gone through Upadeshamrita. So you all know. Utsa Nishchay Darya Tatta Karma Pavatanat Sangat Tyaga Sato Vrite Sadbir Bhaktir Prasiddhyati. So everyone knows by heart? Everyone knows by heart? Raise your hand if you know by heart. Okay, fine, good. So Rupa Goswami is explaining there utsaha. So enthusiasm has to be there, always. Despite all difficulties which are there in this material world. Difficulties will always be there. That is the nature of the material world. But we have to keep Krishna in the center, Mahaprabhu in the center, Sri Guru in the center, and continue despite all difficulties. The greatest difficulties actually are coming from one's own mind and body. Mainly it's the mind. So if the mind is controlled, which we cannot do by ourselves, but we have to try to remember Krishna. Savai Mana Krishna Pada Ravindayor, as explained about Ambarish Maharaj. He was the emperor. Emperor is a busy man. He's the king of the kings. So difficulties are there if one is in a position. So then difficulties are there, even if you are president of a temple. Big temple, more difficulties. Small temples, less difficulties. So what to speak of the king? And so he has many praja. Subjects are there in the kingdom, the human beings, but then even the animals, and he has to protect all of them, and he has to solve the problems. If anyone has a problem, they can go to the king according to the scriptures, and he can explain. My dear king, I have this problem, please solve it. You're responsible. Of course, we have to be responsible ourselves. And and we have to try to fix our mind. So Ambarish Maharaj, he was the emperor, and so he was married, he was a householder, as usually kings are. And do you know how many wives he had? You know? Anyone knows how many wives he had? 20. So 20 wives is not easy to take care of. But he was managing because he was surrendered to Krishna. And he told everyone that we have to be surrendered to Krishna. So he was always enthusiastic. And so many times you can see rich people, they will have a small temple, but they will not do the puja, but have a pujari, which they hire and give him some donation, whatever he needs, pujari will get. But he himself was doing the puja, enthusiastically every day, although he was busy as the emperor and having 20 wives. But he was telling the wives, I will see you once in a month, because they had 20 palaces. So, if the mind is controlled, and then we can, by being engaged in Krishna Seva, by chanting the holy names, then we can tolerate the problems. But as Mahaprabhu has said, Trinadapi Sunichena Tarorapi Sahishnuna Amanina Amanina Kirtaniya Sadhari. So we have to be extremely humble, extremely tolerant, and not expect any respect, but give respect to others. Then we can be enthusiastic. If you're not humble and tolerant, somebody is pushing you, and then, hey, why are you pushing me? And somebody is saying, well, today you didn't sing nicely the Mangalatik. And then immediately the mind gets disturbed. I tried my best, but maybe some fault was there, or somebody just didn't like it because of your voice or something. So, but we have to be tolerant and humble. And then we can chant the Mahamantra, and then we can tolerate. So, and also Krishna is saying in Bhagavad Gita, Matra sparsastu kantiya situshna sukadugadaha agamape ninitas tam stitikshasya bharata. So these problems are coming, like the different seasons. And most in the West, there are mostly only 4 seasons. Winter, spring, summer, and autumn. But here in the tropical places, like India, in Asia, there's the winter, then the spring is there, the summer, rainy season, and then pre-autumn, which is usually also a little warm, like it is getting a little hot now also. And if there's not much rain, then it gets very hot, and we call it the second summer. And there comes autumn, which is more pleasant, and then winter here it can get quite cold also. And sometimes there's not much arrangement for heating, or there's no electricity. So then, but we have to tolerate the heat when it's 50 degrees in the summer. Now it's AC everywhere, and usually backup system is there, generator. But if it is not there, when I first came here in 1980, no AC, no air cooler, not even for the deities. And many times no light. Every day, without fail, no light for 1 or 2 hours. but sometimes 4, 5, 6, 7, 10 hours no light. And then you're sweating in the summer. And even on the altar, we used to have candles because there's no light. And many times generator was not working. And in the Gurukul, they had a generator, but in the summer it's chutti, vacation for the boys. And then the generator was locked up. But then the management was begging the Gurukul, please let us use the generator. So whatever a situation is there, we have to tolerate as much as possible. And there's no use of crying, but you have to be enthusiastic. Okay, there's no electricity, but let me chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And then when we, of course, we have to chant without offenses. And we have to chant with enthusiasm, with some taste. Nam ruchi, if you have taste, and then you can get absorbed. And then you don't feel so much the heat or the cold. So we have to practice to be always enthusiastic. And then, of course, Rupa Goswami has explained, Utsa Nishta Daryat. Nishta has to be there, determination, strong determination, no matter what. In heat or cold, in happiness and distress, in pain and pleasure, we have to remain fixed and equiposed and chant the holy names. So, many times devotees, they get sick and they have a cold and coughing, and of course you have to take extra rest, we have a cold. And then they say, I cannot chant, but if you have enthusiasm and if you have determination, then you will still chant the holy names, even if you are sick and you will sneezing, but then you have a few tissue paper and you continue chanting, and in between you have to sneeze, but then you continue chanting. So we must have this enthusiasm, strong determination, and also dhairya. Dhairya means patience. We have to be patient. That it will take some time till you're feeling so much pleasure while chanting the holy names. So much so that the tears are coming from the eyes because of pleasure. So that is not so easily attained, but it should come. Like we can see Mahaprabhu, of course, is the Supreme Lord, but he came as a devotee, and he was always very enthusiastic in chanting the holy names and not caring for practically anything else, this problem, that problem. Completely absorbed, and then tears were coming from the eyes like torrents of rains, in transcendental pleasure. And then seeing Krishna, and then running towards Krishna like in Puri, and then trying to catch Krishna, Krishna is disappearing, and then feeling distress, and then he's crying. But that is transcendental distress. Transcendental sadness is there. So that is also important to understand, that the spiritual emotions are there, and Krishna is in the center, and that is natural. And then in the material world, Krishna is not in the center, and then the emotions are there, and they are spiritual, because Krishna is not in the center. But just like here we can experience happiness, distress, sadness, anger, bewilderment, and Krishna is not in the center, so then suffering is there. But we just have to put Krishna in the center and being enthusiastic despite all the difficulties. And that is called also dovetailing. So maybe because of some reason we are not happy, and then we chant Hare Krishna, we pray to Krishna, we chant Hare Krishna. And then we tolerate, and then we will feel some pleasure. And then actually by doing that constantly, then the emotions, they become spiritual. But it will take some time to purify the consciousness, to spiritualize completely the consciousness, which is in the beginning it is material, By always being engaged in devotional activities, it becomes spiritual. And then it is easier to be enthusiastic. The more one is advanced, the more one is enthusiastic. The more there is transcendental bliss. But also then, the more there will be transcendental distress. But the advanced devotees remain enthusiastic, although there's some distress. Like Mahaprabhu in distress, crying like anything. Evening time in Gambhira, in Puri, banging his head against the wall because he cannot see Krishna, not remember Krishna. And he's crying and crying, and then Krishna will appear in his consciousness. So we have to be always enthusiastic, despite all difficulties which are there in the material world, due to the own body, due to the mind mainly. Even if the body is not so well, some back pain or something, but if the mind is engaged in Krishna Seva, then you can tolerate the body also. And even if the mind is disturbed, if you have the strong determination and you have sambandha gyan, I'm not this body. I'm spirit soul. I'm not the ego, which is sometimes hurt, or many times. Somebody's stepping on our toes and then becoming disturbed. Why are you stepping on my toe? Or taking darshan in front of the deities and people are there, everyone is eager to see the Lord. And then people, there's a line there, if you have seen, darshan time, senior devotees in front, the others behind. But many times some simple people are there also and they don't know the rule and they want to see the deities and they push. One time a Prabhupada disciple was there and then one lady was there, was pushing him because she wanted to take darshan. And he became angry, looking back, why are you pushing me? And then, of course, she was taken back and so we have to tolerate these things. And many times, well, mostly I'm on the altar, but sometimes I'm there also from outside taking darshan. And many times it happens. People are pushing you. Then you just step away and another person is pushing and you step away. But you look at the deities and you don't, Why are you looking back and chastising somebody? They're eager to see Krishna. You just tolerate. Even Mahaprabhu is the embodiment of the humility. Sada Aishwarya Purna Bhagavan is most beautiful, most knowledgeable. Everything belongs to Krishna, Mahaprabhu. And is most renounced and most humble also. One time he took darshan of Jagannath in the temple. There's one Garuda Stamba, which is a little further away from the deities. He could have gone in front, but he was thinking, let all the people who are eager take darshan. And because he was tall, 7 feet, 2 meters and 10 centimeters, very tall, and long arms up to the knees, broad shoulder, like a lion. And well, in Navadvip he had beautiful long hairs up to the shoulder. But then he entered the sannyasa ashram and he shaved his beautiful hair. And the people there, when they saw Mahaprabhu, he's only 24 years old and he's taking sannyas. He left his mother and the father had also already left. And his young wife, 16 years old. And so they were crying. And the barber, he was supposed to cut the hair. And he was saying, no, I cannot do that. Everyone is crying, no, this is not nice. He's taking sannyas at an early age. And beautiful long hair. But then Mahaprabhu, at that time known as Nimai Pandit, they called him Nimai Pandit or Vishwambar. That was the name given by his maternal grandfather, Sachimata's father, Nilambar Chakravarti, who was a great astrologer. So then Nimai Pandit said, no, you must do it. You must cut my hair now. And then so he took sankalpa vow. He took a vow. This is the last person I'm going to shave. And he was shaking. When he was holding the razor, of course, you have to be careful when you shave. When you're shaving, otherwise you cut yourself. Razor's edge, very sharp. A little inattention, you cut yourself and blood is coming. But he was controlling himself, his tears, his emotions, and somehow he cut the hair of Mahaprabhu. But he had taken the vow that I will not shave anybody more after that. And he put away his knife. And because the devotees were a little bit angry, why is he's doing and shaving his head? He should have just backed out. No, I will not do. Then he said, well, I give that up. And he became a sweet maker. He was making sweets. Like, the shopkeepers are there, they're making sweets, and people are buying and offering to their deities. And everyone likes sweets. So the Mahaprabhu saw. Then he took sannyas, he took a bath, he took the cloth, and then before he got the mantra, because he was Mayavadi, Keshav Bharati, in the ear he asked him, but he knows everything, is Sarvagya Mahaprabhu. So, Tattvamasi, this is the mantra you're going to give me? And Keshav Bharati said, yes, that is the mantra I'm going to give you. Tattvamasi, you know what this means? Tattvamasi? Anyone knows? Any scholars here? Or just becoming scholars slowly but surely? They're learning Sanskrit, also some little pronunciation, after. Tattvamasi.
And you, that means this oneness.
Yes, Tat refers to the Supreme Lord, Tvam, you, and Asi. So so that is famous, or Aham Brahmasmi, I'm Brahman, no different from Parabrahman, the absolute truth, Nirakar Brahma, the impersonal aspect of the absolute truth, the Brahma Jyoti, and they want to merge in that. And all the jivas can merge in that. So they're also known as transcendentalists, but they are just in the beginning stage. And so then, actually, then his brahmachari name was Sri Krishna Chaitanya. And then he told also his sannyas guru, because usually they give a title, Bharati or Tirtha Swami, Bharati Swami or so on. So he said, I want to remain humble. I want to keep this brahmachari name. And so then he was known as Sri Krishna Chaitanya Swami. So, and therefore even Prabhupada, he gave sannyas to his disciples and he didn't change their names, but the brahmachari names was given and then Swami was added, or Goswami. So Mahaprabhu most humble and most enthusiastic always. And then you can see the 6 Goswamis and Haridas Thakur. They show the example, how to be enthusiastic despite all difficulties. Like Haridas Thakur, associate of the Lord, the great Vaishnav, but he appeared in a Muslim family just to show that anyone can take up the process of devotional service and become exalted. And he was chanting many rounds. 3 lakhs. So 1 lakh is, well, actually not 64 rounds, but 58 rounds. That is practically 1 lakh of names. But because the number 64 is auspicious, Vaishnavas sometimes they try to chant 64 rounds. Even Prabhupada, when devotees joined, and first of course he told them to do a little seva and start chanting a few rounds, then 4, then 8, then 16, and then giving them initiation and saying not less than 16. At one point he told them, he called his disciples, well, 16 is nothing. You should chant 64 rounds. And they said, okay, Prabhupada, we will try. But then they had a lot of seva, and they came after 2 days. Prabhupada, we cannot chant 64 rounds and do so much seva and study, also not possible. Then Prabhupada said, okay, then you chant 32. They tried a few days, Prabhupada, not possible. Then he said again, okay, 16, but not less. So Haridas Thakur, he was not only chanting 64 one time, but 3 times 64. One time chanting loudly, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, to benefit others also, the animals, the birds, the flies, they all get benefit if a pure devotee is chanting. The trees, was a tree there, in Puri also where he was chanting, near Jagannath temple. That tree became Siddha Bhakul. He became perfect because he was hearing the holy names. And then 64 rounds he was chanting softly, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And 64 he was chanting with the mind, within the mind. So, actually he even chanted already the Maha Mantra before Mahaprabhu appeared and distributed the holy names. And so one time in Navadvip, the other Muslims, and the Muslim ruler was there, they told him, listen, you should not chant the name of these Hindus. Krishna, why are you chanting always Krishna, Krishna? You have to stop it, chant Allah, Allah. And then he was saying, no, there's no difference between Allah and Krishna. But but Allah means the Lord, but Krishna is the Lord's name. So I'm chanting his name. And I chant the Maha Mantra, the mantra for deliverance. Now you have to stop, otherwise we'll kill you. And then he was saying, you can cut my body in 100 pieces. But anyhow, you know, this body was spirit, soul. You cannot kill me. The soul is eternal. You can cut my body in 100 pieces. But as you will cut my body, I will still chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And then they said, okay. Anyhow, so then they gave the order that he should be beaten in 22 marketplaces. So with the ropes, which usually they're also using to take care of the cows and keeping them together. And so then, just to show others that they should follow the order of the Muslim ruler and they should not chant the Maha Mantra. But they were beating him, but still he was chanting the Maha Mantra and he was tolerating. And usually this cannot be tolerated. Usually, if they were doing, after 1 or 2 marketplaces, the beating or 3, then the people would die. But he was able to tolerate. Why? Because Mahaprabhu protected him. He gave him the power to tolerate. Even later on, actually, the Mahabhav Prakash was there. Because in the beginning, even the associates by the Lord's Yogamaya, they did not understand that Mahaprabhu is the Supreme Lord. They saw he's a great scholar and very intelligent boy. But they did not know that he's the Supreme Lord in the beginning. But then one time in Shiva's Pandit's house, he came there and he sat on the Shingasan, on the altar. If somebody goes on the altar and sits there, then everyone, hey, what are you doing? One time in the temple, in our temple, one young lady, maybe 20 years old, jumped on the altar and sat on Krishna Balaram's altar. And the chokidars, they didn't know what to do. And then even the pujaris, they were afraid because a lady, you cannot touch the ladies. But then there was one smart devotee from Holland who was in the police before, one lady. So she jumped on the altar, she grabbed that lady and took her out. So Mahaprabhu, he sat on the altar and told Srivas Pandit that you call all the devotees, call them here quickly. And okay, yes. I'm the Lord you're worshipping every day. And then he realized that, oh, he's the Supreme Lord, because he had Shaligram Shila. And Shaligram is the form of the Lord. Because usually Vishnu, but even Krishna Gopal Shila is there, or even Mahaprabhu Shila may be there. So he called all the devotees and they all came. And they saw Mahaprabhu there. And then he said, chant Purusha Sukta. So the Brahmanas, any Brahmanas here? Any Brahmanas? Not yet? You're Brahmana? No? Okay. Oh. Pakka Brahmana? You know Purusha Sukta? Not yet. Okay, Kacha. Sahasrache Sa Purusha Sahasraksha Sahasrapad Sabhumim Vishwato Vritva Atyatishta Dashangulam Purushavidam Sarvam Yadbhutam Yadshabhavyam Motam Ritad Vasheshanaha Yadanena Tirohati, and so on. I used to chant every day. Especially, I was brahmachari and I learned some yagyas, and then you have to chant the Purusha Sukta. Sahasra Shesha Purushaha. The Purush, that means the Virat Roop, who has thousands of heads, or Ananta Shesh also. Sahasraksha, thousands of eyes, thousands of arms and legs and hands and feet. And then also mentioned there Dasangulam, that is there in the form as Paramatma, Vishnu. Das Angul means 10 fingers, 5 and 5, keeping like this is Das Angul. 10 fingers, that is the size of Paramatma in the normal human being. Of course, in the elephant body he may be bigger, in the ant's body he may be small. And he's all pervading, so he's there, trying to guide the practicing devotee, or even the conditioned soul. Sometimes people say the sixth sense, right? Or the sixth or the seventh sense, what is it? 5 senses and the mind, sixth sense or seventh sense, sixth sense, right? And sometimes they get an inspiration, or the sixth sense, or sometimes there's some danger there and, oh no, I should not travel today. Many times Paramatma is there actually guiding even the conditioned souls. Because maybe they want to do something, and if they would travel, maybe they would die in an accident, maybe in a plane crash or something. But then the Lord sometimes will just say, no, you don't go now there. And they will not even understand that it is the Lord, but it's in sense, because he's not supposed to die yet. Then he will not die. But if he's supposed to die, he will go there, and he will die. Very simple. So the devotees, they chanted all the Brahmanas. And not all the associates of Mahaprabhu were Brahmanas, but many of them, like Advaita-acharya, Srivas Pandit, and so on. And the Brahmanas, they knew the Purusha Sukta. The Brahmanas, they know the Purusha Sukta, those who are really Brahmanas. It doesn't mean if you have a Brahman thread that you have Brahmana. There's a difference between a Brahmana and the Dvija, twice born. Like even sometimes the Kshatriyas, for them Upanayana Samskara was done. They will get the Brahman thread and they will chant the Gayatri. And even the Vaishyas, but never it was given to those from the Shudra community, because they are really not so much inclined to and not qualified to chant mantras properly. So everyone is twice born as a Brahman thread, so he can chant the Gayatri, but he may not be necessarily a Brahmana. Brahmana is one who is studying the scriptures, who is worshipping the deities, is doing yagyas, and is teaching the scriptures, teaching deity worship, doing yagyas. That is a Brahmana. So they will usually know the Purusha Sukta. So they were chanting, and then at that time, he told to each devotees just to give them the faith and the understanding, so they understand that yes, he's actually the Supreme Lord. So already they were guessing, they're seeing him there on the Vyasasan and effulgent and powerful. But then, for example, he told Haridas, do you remember when they were beating you in 22 marketplaces? And he said, yes, he remembered. He was beating in 22 marketplaces. He was feeling some pain, but he was protected. And then he showed his back. And it was seen on his back, the lashes of this rope, which they were using. He was taking that on his body to protect Haridas Thakur. And after, in the 22nd marketplace, those who were beating him, they became tired. We cannot beat anymore. You have to die. If you're not dying, we will be dying. Because if they could not kill him, then they would be punished and killed. And usually if they're beating, somebody's beating like this, usually will die after a few marketplaces. But he was not dying. But then he said, okay, I'm dying. He became unconscious. Okay, they were looking, oh, looks like he's dead. And he went, yeah, oh, he's dead. Haridas Thakur is dead. And he threw him in the Ganges River. And then in the Ganges River, he was floating down 200 meters. He was rejuvenated and feeling fresh. Oh, nice, cool in Ganges River. He came down, he came out and chanted, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So that is enthusiasm, despite all the difficulties. But the tolerance has to be there, the humility. Otherwise, you cannot remain enthusiastic. So it is not just enthusiasm, but tolerance must be there, extreme tolerance. And humility and patience. That yes, everything will be all right. Now I'm facing so many difficulties, but everything will be all right after some time. It's like if you go in a tunnel. Anyone has been in a tunnel? In a tunnel, you know, on the road? Those from Europe, they know. In France, Switzerland is famous, long tunnel. You go inside with the car or with the train, 20, 25, 30 kilometers. There's no light, except the light from the car or in the train, there's light. But you look outside, dark. No light. And then, you know, so, and everyone is looking forward, okay, when is the tunnel finished? I can see nice again, nice scenery, nice trees, very beautiful Switzerland, everything green. Some houses are there here and there, but no big cities. Very beautiful. So difficulties are there, and sometimes it is kind of like a tunnel, and darkness and difficulty and not nice situation. But if you continue, the tunnel will finish and then everything will be fine. And you can be relieved. So we have to be tolerant, we have to, and remain enthusiastic, and you have to be patient. And then everything will be fine. Till the next problem comes. So that is there, the life in this world. Just like if sometimes they will punish the people here in India. And they did something wrong. So we have to remember we're in the material world. And we're not surrendered to Krishna. Therefore some punishment has to be there. They used to take the person in the river, put him down in the water for 20, 30 seconds. And then, you know, then you can see when, and they're drinking the water because they have to open the mouth. There's no air anymore if you're in a practice. You can hold the breath maybe for 20 seconds. If you practice, you can keep it for 30 seconds, 1 minute. Some people, you know, are diving, sometimes they can keep it for 2 minutes, 3 minutes. My record is 1 minute. But if you don't practice, you know, it goes down. So, but then you can see when he has to breathe, then he will shake his body and he will drink some water and they put him up. And then he's a little okay again, down. 20 seconds. Okay, come up. Like 10 times, so then he's half dead. Okay, this is your punishment. So we are being here to be punished, so we come to our senses and we surrender to Krishna. Surrender means, if you say surrender, usually is a kind of force. In the beginning stage, you have to force yourself. Okay, I have to get up early and go to Mangalatik. If not, the temple commander will say, or the brahmachari ashram in charge, hey, why you didn't go to Mangalatik? And here, Prashanta Mataji, also here, everyone Mangalatik, or not so much?
You keep reminding
Oh, reminding, that's okay. No problem. Okay, no problem. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. Yeah. That's okay. I'm not for so, it's okay to remind them. It's better than to be too strict. That is my mood also. Because, it's not so easy to, and not everyone is immediately able to come to a high standard of Krishna consciousness. So, no big issue. Yeah. So, so the point is that surrender is a kind of force there. Even if the two countries are there, they're fighting. And they don't want to, they want to win. But one is then like Ukraine and Russia. And Russia is maybe a little more powerful, and they think that Ukraine should surrender. But they don't want to surrender. But maybe one point will be there, they will be defeated and they have to surrender unwillingly. So the beginning is a kind of unwillingness to surrender is there, causeless unwillingness. But then if you do, and then you get a taste, and well, actually it's nice to chant Hare Krishna. It's nice to get up early. It's nice to serve Krishna. And then you become enthusiastic. And then it is, but then you see the difficulties are there. And then it's a different situation. You're not surrendering because you like it, you chant, and you know you will be relieved from the suffering. And then what do? You will take shelter of Krishna and you beg Krishna. Krishna, I'm, being troubled by the modes of material nature. You please help me, you protect me. That is Sharanagati. Going to the shelter of Krishna, willingly, happily. Krishna, please protect me from all these troubles which are there. And let me develop this, this humility, this tolerance. And let me be always enthusiastic despite all problems. Please, you give me this strength. So in this way then, that is a better situation, is that we take shelter of Krishna. We take shelter of Sri Guru, Gauranga and Krishna. Krishna is a little further away. Not so easy to take shelter of Krishna. Sarva dharman parijjaja mam ekam sharanam braja. Am tam sarva pabebhyo moksheshe mahasuchaha. So for being able to take shelter of Krishna, you have to give up many things. Sarva dharman parijjaja. You have to give up all dharma, isn't it? But you have to do dharma, right? So what does it mean? You finished Bhagavad Gita course or not yet? You didn't come yet to that verse, huh? No, okay. So we have to give up all kinds of religion. So there are two kinds of religion that is mentioned by Bhaktivinoda Thakur in his one book, Jaiva Dharma, Jivka Dharma. He's saying Nitya Dharma and Naimittika Dharma. Nitya Dharma, that is the actual religion or the constitutional position of the soul, which is eternal. Jivara Swapoy Krishna ira Nitya Das, we are the eternal servants of Krishna. It is natural. But in conditioned state, we are on the bodily platform. So we have to come to the spiritual platform and be engaged. And so that is the point. You take shelter of me. And you do what I say. Anyabilashita shunyam. Jnana karma navritam. Anukulina Krishna anushilanam bhakti ruttamam. We should do as Krishna wants. Anushilanam, what we want. Okay, going to the deity. Okay, I need this, I need that. Now we should try to give pleasure to Krishna. Give something to Krishna. Do what Krishna wants. Anushilanam. Serve Krishna as he wants us to serve him. We don't go to the temple to see Krishna. Of course, we want to see Krishna also, but more so that Krishna is seeing us, that seeing how we have the proper mood to serve him. So that should be the mood, so that we are serving favorably. And so taking shelter in this way, and then actually Krishna will help. Krishna will protect. So the 6 symptoms of surrender are there. Sharanagati, going to the shelter of Krishna. Sharanagati. So better word than surrender is taking shelter. So anukulyasya sankalpa pratikulasya varajanam. What is favorable, that we will do. We take a vow, this I will do. Anukul. Sankalpa. Sankalpa means a vow or the declaration, this I will do. Like every day, chanting 16 rounds. Everyone chanting 16 rounds? Yeah. Yes, very good. So you took the sankalpa, right? The vow, I will chant every day, no matter what. So that has to be done. Pratikulyasya bharajanam. What is not favorable, that you should give up. Or as much as possible. Like mobile. Don't see too much the mobile, right? Because it can be anukul also, it can be favorable. If you use it in Krishna Seva, but it can be unfavorable also. So that we have to see what is favorable, we accept, what is not favorable, that we reject. Like eating too much. We should eat to our satisfaction, but it should be controlled. If you eat too much, then you'll become lazy or agitated. So that is unfavorable. So we should control the eating also, the sleeping. Be in the mode of goodness. Gopritvevaram tata rakshishvasa visvaso rakshishiti visvaso. So we should always have faith that Krishna will protect us. And Krishna will take care of us. Gopritve varanam. So we should accept the guardianship of Krishna. Krishna Mata, Krishna Pita, Krishna Pranadhan. Krishna is more than a father and a mother to us. Sisi Radha Govinda Deva ki. And then, so, Karpanya, Atmanikshepta Karpanya. So Karpanya means humility, utter humility. So real humility, of course, that will not come in the beginning. In the beginning, so one doesn't know anything, then one is naturally humble. And then, oh, okay, we come to the temple and we have to bow down before the deity. And yeah, you have to put on the cloth properly and you have to put on tilak. And so then we learn, then automatically one is a little humble because one doesn't know anything. But that humility is kacha. It is not ripe. Because one is on the modes of material nature. And then sometimes after 1-2 years, then the devotees, they do something, distribute books, and they become a little good. They become pujari. I'm pujari now. And the humility goes. I distribute to the most books. I'm the best singer. So then the pride may come. So, but paripakva dainatva, ripe humility is when you're realized. When you have practical realization that I'm insignificant spiritual being, completely apart from the gross and subtle body. I'm the servant of the servant of the servant of the servant of Krishna. So if one is purified in consciousness, then the ripe humility may be there. And then also, Sharanagati, surrender. In the beginning, going Mangalatik, chanting rounds and following the program. So that is partial surrender. It is not complete surrender. Because one is under the modes of material nature. And then one cannot think of Krishna always in the beginning stage. So it is partial surrender. Only in purified consciousness, when you are situated on the spiritual platform, then full shelter will be there of Krishna's lotus feet. Full surrender will be there. So when we practice, and then we will become perfect. Practice makes perfect. So it is a matter of constant endeavor with enthusiasm, unbreakable enthusiasm. And tolerance, humility, and patience has to be there. I'm chanting since 10 years the Maha Mantra and still tears are not coming from my eyes. Still lust and anger is there. This process is not working. No, it's working, but it takes time to become pure. It takes time to come to the highest level of Uttam Bhakti. So that we have to understand. So we have to be tolerant, or we have to be patient with ourselves, and we have to be patient with others also. If you see this, Prabhu is not able to be so much absorbed, or is doing this mistake, that mistake. Okay, I mean, just like a child, you have to be patient with the child. And then slowly but surely he'll grow up, and then he knows what to do and what not to do. So like this, so we have to be patient with ourselves and with others. And so enthusiasm is very important, and we should have unbreakable enthusiasm. And then we can advance slowly but surely in our spiritual life, and then we can become perfect. But especially we have to be very enthusiastic and nicely chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So it is 9 o'clock. So we stop here. 9 o'clock in 5 seconds. Finishing on time. Yeah, Pujari. Yeah, okay. Maybe one question or yes?
Roji, thank you for the wonderful class. Most of the times, in my case,
Can you speak louder?
Loud.
Most of the times, in my case, this enthusiasm keeps on fluctuating.
Up and down. Enthusiasm is fluctuating, up and down, up and down, up and down.
How to make it constant?
How to make it constant, the enthusiasm? Yes. Well, one important point is, just like Utsanitchedarya, Tatta Karma Pravatanat. So you try to be enthusiastic, fixed, and patient, and the Tatta Karma Pravatanat, always engage in devotional activities. Even if you're not enthusiastic, but still you do it. And then Sangat Tyagat, you give up unwanted association, those who are criticizing others, those who are too materialistic, you stay a little bit away from them. And Sato Vrite, you associate with those who are always enthusiastic. Then you'll be enthusiastic too. That is the secret of success. You're together with those who are enthusiastic. Then you will be enthusiastic. Very simple. So, but you follow the devotional service, and as you do in the association of devotees, you will always find devotees who are enthusiastic. And you will see in the temple, like 50, 100 devotees are there. Maybe 50% are not enthusiastic, but the other 50% are enthusiastic. Then you become enthusiastic. So you have to be together with devotees who are enthusiastic. Those who are more advanced, they're enthusiastic always, despite all difficulties. Okay? Okay. Hare Krishna, yes.
I wanted to share something. Well, two things. I wanted to share a quote that just the other day came on the mobile.
Okay. Okay, so sometimes good things come on the mobile, yeah.
It is from Confucius, you know that.
Yeah, Confucius, yeah. He was a great Chinese philosopher. Before joining, I used to read all the Chinese philosophers' quotes.
It's very nice because this can help us.
Yes.
You know, it's very beautifully said. He said, a man is great, not because he hasn't failed. So this is the thing that we constantly,
Yes.
difficulties are coming from all sides. Bodily difficulty, mind is attacked, people are stopping, so many difficulties are there. And many times in the face of the three modes of material nature, we fail.
Yes.
And it's like that. But he says a man is great not because he hasn't failed. A man is great because failure has not stopped him.
Yes. Yeah, that is a good quote. Yes.
Very beautiful.
Yes.
In
Yes.
spite of failing, as you said, we must not give up. So this is in the realm of determination, but also this enthusiasm.
Yes.
And enthusiasm is an energy, and that pushes us forward. And so, and sometimes by force. So that I wanted to share this.
That's a good quote. Yes.
Very beautiful quote. And I also wanted to share that. We many times have bad days, good days. We have to keep going, and this is the proof of our commitment, the proof of our dedication. Yesterday, I was having a difficult day, and I even fell. I moved so many damage. So many things were happening, and it was like difficult. And like something like, sometimes when the emotions start taking the black color, so there was like, so it was difficult. And then I came for kirtan, and I knew this is the solution. I came for kirtan.
And then everything was fine.
And not immediately.
And not immediately, okay, it took some time.
But Krishna is, this is the point, is as you said, that we should, tat karma pravartana, we must keep under the shelter of the process of devotional service always.
Yes, with the Vaishnavas.
Yesterday it was very amazing how at some point, I think in the end of Krishna, because of the mercy of Datta,
Yeah, it's a good kirtaniya, very sweet voice. Yeah. Yeah.
And he was singing, and we were dancing, and we were like and I thought, because first I thought, oh, today I cannot sing. The bhava is gone down. But I said, no, Krishna, you will sing. So I said, and then they started dancing, and I had pain here, because I fell. And I think today I'm not going to dance. I said, no, Krishna, you're going to dance. So dancing. And as I was chanting, and we were dancing, I was chanting and chanting. It was such a wonderful experience of the power of the holy name. So powerful, so powerful. Becoming like a big tidal wave, and it is pushing away everything. So we have to always, as you say, stay in the agitation of devotees and try to just keep at it, whatever, you just keep at it. And it will carry us through the influence of the modes, it will carry us through all the difficulties. So this is something, that's why we come, we study, that much we should learn, how to apply all these teachings. And just don't give up, just keep going, just keep
keep going. Yeah, there's also in America, in English language, there's a saying, when the going gets tough, the tough get going. Yeah. So like this, despite all difficulties, but we have to continue, and then we go on, and then everything will be fine. Till the next problem comes. Yeah. Hare Krishna. Yeah. Okay, we stop here. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mukunda Prabhu, for coming here in the middle of your busy schedule.
It's always a pleasure to come here and be at the Goshala, see the beautiful altar here, and be there amidst the devotees are very eager to learn something, to hear something. So then we are inspired to say something. If the devotees are eager to hear, then we can speak. And then it is mentioned also in the 10th canto, Shukadeva Goswami speaking to Parikshit. And so Parikshit is asking questions, and then Shukadeva is answering. Of course, they're all great souls already, but then Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur in the purport is explaining that actually when Harikatha is going on, the speaker, those who are inquiring, and the listener, they're all benefited. But most benefited is actually the speaker. Because he's speaking, and then Krishna will give some inspiration and some knowledge, and then you are enthusiastic like anything, right? And then those who are asking questions, because they have a question, they want to listen to the answers, and they have been attentive. And those who are just listening and even falling asleep. But still the benefit will be there because the vibration is going, and they get benefit also, even if they're half the time sleeping, which many times it happens. If one has a problem with not being able to sleep, he sits in the Bhagavatam class and he can sleep. So Bhagavatam and Mahamantra is the solution for everything. Even sometimes he's chanting Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. So if you cannot sleep at night, you get up and you chant Hare Krishna. After 10 minutes, you will fall asleep. Hare Krishna Mahamantra ki, Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Sri Radha Govinda Dev ki, Satchinandana Gaurari ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Samaveda Bhakta Vrinda ki, Go Premanande Hari Hari Bo.